Hi, welcome to Gianna's Sacred Kitchen, and we are making shredded chicken stew. It's kind of like a bean stew base. That's what that's what my goal is for it to be. It's not going to be too soupy and it's not going to be too thick. It's going to be just perfect. So I also added, my ingredients are chicken stock. I used organic red onion, organic celery sticks, palmy tomatoes. I added some salt, some basil, some rosemary, paprika powder, and oregano powder as well. I also added my amino acids. I added the cocoa aminos. I do not use anything soy. I stay away from that. And I also added the raw apple cider vinegar that I always use. I made the sofrito with ghee by itself, threw in some salt as well. And I have 2 chicken breasts in there. I threw in some quinoa. So it's gonna be, a little stewy, it's gonna be delicious. So don't forget to like, follow, and share. This is raw, unedited. I do not use measurements because I am by experience. I just go by ta-ta-ta-ta. I already know that it's gonna taste amazing because when I cook with so much love because I love to do it. So why not just go with the flow, let everything fall organically. All right, so stick around. I'll see you later. Thanks for coming. I meant to record all of this before, but I got sidetracked. I'm like multitasking here. So in here I have 2 chicken breasts. I'm gonna make shredded chicken soup. I already threw in the seasonings, which are garlic powder, everything organic, non-GMO, no oil base whatsoever. I threw in garlic powder. I don't really use onion powder because I use red onion. I don't use the white onion. I put in some basil, rosemary, and we got my palmy tomatoes, and we have the kettle fire chicken stock. I'm not affiliated by anybody or whatever. I'm just doing this for my YouTube, and I'm doing it because I love it and because I want everybody to be as happy and healthy as I am, as we are, right? So this is gonna go in the in the little slow cooker. And I'm going to make the sofrito. I'm going to use some onion, and I'm going to add quinoa, I don't know how to say it, the tricolored, in the soup just a little bit to give it some consistency. And I'm going to use some celery with some red onion, make it a sofrito base with some, I also threw in the apple cider vinegar and the cocoa aminos. That is always a must. And I put in my amazing salt as well, my mineral salt. So I'm gonna throw in this ghee right here. Oops, I forgot I already have this because it's almost done anyway. So let me just put enough so we have enough fat. I could probably scrape that up for later. Anyways, and then I'm going to chop up the onions, and the celery is just gonna go straight to the soup. I don't add this to the sofrito. So let's chop the onions together. Again, this is just gonna go in the soup directly as is. I don't care the amount of, I can't hold it right because my nails. I don't care how big, how small the onions are cut, yada, yada, yada. Doesn't matter to me. As long as the taste is yummy. So we're gonna chop these up. Not too big either, because of the simple fact that it's a soup and you don't want it to be, too much. Actually, that's a lot of onion. I really don't need that much. I'll probably use the onion to put it in the space, because if you put it in the space, it protects the environment from any viruses. As you can see, it's nice and hot already, the pan. Gonna give it a quick stir. I forgot to chop up a little piece of onion, but that's okay. Gonna add my salt. What is it? I don't use pepper, by the way. That's just me. I mean, red pepper, yes, but not for this. I'm gonna put in some onion. And then the rest is gonna go with the soup. This is just gonna get a little bit of its flavor, just to give it a notch. All right, so the onions already has its flavor there, you know, it's, 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 We're going to chop up the celery. And I'm going to add the celery in the soup just as it is. And then what I like to do is I like to keep these and throw it in because it gives it such amazing flavor, by the way. I already gave my dog some stuff. Let's toss that. 1 second. So now I'm gonna place the onions in like little corners of the house just for today to clear out, any viruses or any toxins because there's a lot of sprays or whatever. It's just good for you. So now we're just gonna grab some carrots and we're gonna chop them up and toss them in there as well. Not too much. Carrots have, sherrits. Thinking of a chariot. Carrots do have sugar. I try to limit as much possible. I do eat some dark chocolate every now and then. I don't know why, I've just been craving it. So I have a trail mix that has semi-sweet dark chocolate in there. And I snack on that probably twice a day, maybe a little bit of handfuls. So this is going to cook in pressure cooking for 30 minutes. Actually, I'm not gonna pressure cook it. I'm gonna do like a meat stew setting because it does the same thing, but it's actually, it won't overcook the vegetables. It won't make like the carrot soggy or whatever. So let me transfer this stuff and the onions and I will get back to you. So now we're gonna add less than 1/3 of a cup of the tricolor quinoa in here. Not too much because it expands and it gets all beautiful and whatnot. So let me transfer this. Let me get my, I need to organize this. Okay. Let's transfer this. I gotta use my muscles. Ugh. Okay, that should be fine. Let me put that there. I will clean that later. So, speaking of nuts, it's time. I'm gonna eat some nuts. Can you see these little chocolates? So good. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna set that up, the meat setting, and it's going to cook for about maybe 35 minutes. I'll check it out. Come back, stick around for the final result. And here we have it, folks. This is my quinoa, my sacred quinoa chicken soup. And we have a beautiful shell that I found at the beach not so long ago. And as you see, there's the moon, and then there's a crescent moon. So it could be sun, moon, or this could be eclipsed as well. All right, come back for more. Don't forget to like, follow, and share. Love you, and God bless.